Well, good afternoon. On behalf of Fairfax County Department of Family Services, Employment Services, welcome to Resiliency After Federal Layoffs. During this 1 hour, we will discuss budgeting, pensions, and retirement planning. Your moderators for this afternoon is myself. My name is Jennifer Van Buren. I am one of the managers for our Department of Family Services. I am the Community Partnerships and Employer Engagement. Our other facilitator, apologies, my other moderator is Kellen Graves, who is the supervisor of our employer engagement. Our facilitators this afternoon is John Marshall Bank, as well as Appian Wealth, Northwestern Mutual. At this time, I am going to yield the floor to Kellen Graves, who will go over housekeeping for you all this afternoon.
All right. Thank you, Jennifer, for the introduction. Jennifer said, my name is Kellen Graves, and I am the supervisor for the Fairfax County Employer Engagement Team. I want to thank you all for attending this workshop or info session. I think will be very helpful. We have some experts in the field that will be able to give you guys some tips and strategies on how to handle during these challenging times. But before we get started, we do have a quick survey that we want you guys to complete. It's just 3 questions, and it'll give us an idea or a sense of who's on the call. So if you can just use your phone, scan the QR, and it will take you to the survey. And again, it's just 3 questions. If you can just quickly answer those, they give us a sense of who's on the call. In regards to some housekeeping items, we'll let you know that everyone's mic will be muted. And if you have questions, that's no worry. Just go ahead and put those questions in the chat, and I will ask those questions at the appropriate time so the presenters can answer those. So again, if you have questions, just go ahead and put them in the chat. And then when we get to a break, I will then read those questions to the presenters and get answers that way. We will have a survey at the end as well, just kind of giving us an idea of or feedback as far as how you guys received the event. Okay. So without further ado, I will go ahead and send it over to our first presenter. It will be Rodney, who is with John Marshall Bank. So I will yield the floor to you, Rodney.
Thank you very much, Kellen. Good afternoon, participant. It's a pleasure to be here. And my name is Rodney Francisque from John Marshall Bank. I'm the branch manager here at our location in Old Town Alexandria. For my part, I've been in the financial industry for the past 35 years. But I'm just here to give you some resources, some tips, and in terms of how to go, through this economic hardship. Next slide. So objective today is to cover, expenses versus income. We'll talk about cutting costs, creating a budget. This is, I know everyone cringe hearing that word, creating budget. But that's where we put, guessing versus reality. We'll talk about debt and our resources. Next slide. So, as federal workers or contractors, we are going through an economic hardship. It's not business as usual. For my part, I've been through some financial crisis as well. I do understand, but this is also an opportunity to focus and adapt yourself, creating a short-term goal so you're more focused. So the goal is to assess what is truly essential and establish how you will meet those obligations. So now we're going to identify our expenses. So essential fixed costs. So those non-negotiable. So things that you really need, you have to make those payments every month. So it's a housing cost, so a rent or mortgage, car payment or transportation costs, insurance, premium, health, auto, home, and life. So I will talk a little bit further about life on our next slides. And we'll talk also about essential variable costs. So those are costs that you will see every month. There you have to you need go to the groceries, you have to pay your electricity bill and so on, but the cost may vary, so they're not a fixed cost. So for your utilities, for example, one of the things I would suggest is to contact your utility company, so to ask them about their cost saving program, and so that could help you reduce your bill. Uh, when it comes to also your existing debt, so try to do your best in a very difficult time to make your monthly payment. I would suggest to be proactive. Don't let the lender chase you. Contact them and then see if they have, alternative payment option, deferred your payment, or maybe restructure the debt for you. During crisis, it's we tend to freeze and with the fear. And please, don't forget about yourself. You need your sanity. Saving a little space for yourself. If you need to get manicure, pedicure, massage, or go out a little bit and enjoy yourself, because you have to let the stress go also. Next slide. So now we did identify our expenses. Now it's important to identify our income. Yes, there has been a reduction, or maybe income is no longer there during this financial crisis. But now, either, you know, at this time of year, the holidays, some companies are hiring people for temporary or part-time work. And then also you can apply for benefit relief program, community support, like Fairfax County has, and contact your bank, like I've said, or your creditors if they have any um, payment deferral or hardship program. You can do that for your mortgage. So I would suggest to contact them and find out, even debt reconstruction can help you find additional income. Sell assets that you don't have. I remember when I was going through my crisis, I had two road bikes, so it was good to sell one. I did not need two. So every little dollar counts during a crisis. Now, creating an income. So during my crisis, I was there, how am I gonna do it? So I remember it was a Saturday. Um, my partner announced, hey, we were expecting, and then the following Saturday I was laid off, and that there was a panic and a fear. So, but I decided, what, I was going around, what am I gonna do? So I started to start my own commercial cleaning business, and that was a very successful company. And then even though uh, we kept it going for about 5 years, I decided to go back into the financial industry. I felt this is what I love to do. But I ended up selling that business. But you know, find out what are your skills. You were government contractors, so you can become a consultant. A lot of businesses need your service, to help them how to go and get some government contract. If you're good at certain things, like you're a math teacher, tutoring could be a very good thing. Anything that you can think or you have a skill for, it's time to apply it. Start your own business. Come to see me at John Marshall, and I will help you in terms of starting your own business. Um, and the key is to be resourceful, not restricted. A crisis can be the push that reveals new ways to earn every extra dollars, help stretch your essential to reduce stress. Next slide. So cost cutting in a crisis, reducing expenses isn't about depriving yourself for anything. It's time to align. When we're accustomed to a income stream, uh, there's sometimes we forgot there's little here bits and pieces that we can save money. But doesn't mean that you have to deprive yourself. So as a family, as a household, you have to make the decision to identify what are the needs and the wants of the household. So I listed here, I'm not going to go through every single one of them, but you can see listed here, your mortgage is definitely is going to need a need. Insurance, you have to protect yourself, you have to protect your household. Clothing, emergency savings, phone, and so on. So you can see all of them listed here. Now, at the beginning of the every year, we're subscribed to this, health this, and help that to try to stay fit. But there's subscription apps that helps you cancel subscription that you have not you're not using. So I can think of one like Rocket Money is one of them that is available out there. That it's free, and then you can use that to go over your subscription and eliminate them. Okay. There's also others that may be a small fee monthly, and also it's part of the resource, and I will let you know about that later on. Next slide. Uh, Second step, it's reduced or eliminate. So negotiate your bill, contact your phone company, your insurance, and especially if you have a whole life insurance. And for myself, I remember when I went through that, um, you know, I'm like, okay, I need that extra $50. And so what am I gonna do? Well, I decided not to pay my life insurance. And then I received a call from the representative. He says, why are you doing that? Well, uh, I said, well, I explained what am I going through. And then she says, well, you have a cash value. Why don't we use that for the next three months and then to cover some your expenses? And that's how I was able to also save my life insurance and help me through that difficult time. Pause membership, we spoke about that. Lower utility bills. They have a fixed plan for you, a budget plan, so you can contact them and they will help you eliminate some of the extra costs. Cook at home, meal plan around sales. And step number 3, replace, don't remove. You have to swap high cost habits for low cost alternative, a movie night at home instead of going out in at the movie theater. Make coffee at home because if you look at it, if you spend $3.70 every week, uh, 5 days a week buying coffee, so that's going to be around $70 a month. So you can eliminate that. Ask about discount, hardship plan, or community program. Uh, Now, step number 4, you have to account for the extra. When your income is higher than your expenses, that extra money should be visible in your plan. Have you saved or invested the surplus, or have you spent it around on unplanned goods or services not listed in your budget? So as a BNI member, I have one of the trainer that always said, his line is, if you're not tracking, you're lacking. So make sure that you have a plan that you are able to track so you can see the result. Next slide. So these are little tools, okay, when you're creating your budget. Those are for the fixed and essential. See how much you need to put aside weekly, monthly, and what it costing you yearly for housing, your health insurance, life insurance, and car and so on. So like I said, it's to not do the guessing work, but to put everything concrete, put it on paper so you can actually visualize your plan. Next slide. So those are all the variable essential: electricity, gas, phone. You can maybe contact your phone company and see if they have maybe a reduced plan for you. Um, your grocery, childcare is very important, so you're gonna need that if you have to go for an interview, and also seasonal clothing. Next slide. Creating your budget, so your debt, auto loan. Maybe it's time to make if you were paying a high interest rate, to restructure that loan, refinance it. Student loan, contact if you can have a deferment, and also credit card. See if you can renegotiate that debt and at a lower interest rate. Next slide. Well-being. So, like I said, it's a crisis, but it's not, it's for a short term. Those are tips that you will use to prevent future crisis, but you still have to take care of yourself for your sanity, entertainment, and for personal expenses. Next slide. Those are occasional expenses that for car registration, especially here in Virginia, we have to pay, our property tax. Uh, my recommendation is actually to break it down monthly, how much you need to put aside. So when the bill comes, so you'll be able to be prepared and have it available. Car repair, most of the time, I forgot what's the percentage, but we don't have $400 for emergency. So break it down and put that money aside in an emergency saving account. Uh, Birthdays for your loved one, schools and sports, vacation, medical, and all that. You can break it down how much it will cost you, um, for the future. And next slide. Okay, managing debt and so recognizing warning signs. So a reasonable amount of debt can be manageable, but excessive debt may hinder your ability to achieve long-term financial goals. Many individuals are unaware when their debt becomes unmanageable. If you find yourself in this situation, know that the solution exists. Uh, though they may require effort, you can regain financial stability and protect your future. So I listed here, indicators that you are in too much debt. So if you have 20% of your income goes towards car loans, credit cards, and other consumer debts, you borrow money, you know, uh, to cover your monthly expenses. You are unsure of your total outstanding balances. You consistently pay online the minimum amount. So not online only the minimum amount. Bills are paid late or missed entirely. Creditors contact you for payment. You are denied credit by businesses. You withdraw from retirement account or use credit cards for basic expenses. And that's where Teresa and Max going to be talking about that, how you can access the funds. I would suggest not to sell um, some of their assets, but to, talk to a financial advisor on how you can, use those funds and issue post-dated checks. So those are things, signs that uh, you are too much into that. Next slide. How to minimize debt and regaining your control. So once you recognize those signs of excessive debt, taking proactive steps can help restore financial stability. Consider these strategies. So create a realistic budget, track your income and expenses to identify areas where you can cut back and allocate more towards down payment. Prioritize on high interest debt. Focus on paying off a credit card or loan with high interest. So it's time to look at debt consolidation, and especially rates have dropped yesterday by 1/4%. Avoid new debt. Okay, I know sometimes if this card is maxed, let me go and borrow on another card. So try to eliminate that and explore consolidation option. Build an emergency fund and seek professional guidance. A financial advisor, We they're going to be talking on a second segment. But I would say be careful of a debt settlement company. There's scammers out there. It's to it's best to look for a financial coach. Okay, so a financial coach going to tell you how you know to structure your budget and plan for the future. And so should there be a new crisis, you'll be prepared. Next slide. So those are their additional resources that are available. So FDIC as one, it's a consumer news working through financial difficulty, and also the Money Smart program. So I've mentioned the subscription manager apps to track and cancel recurring um, subscription. So it's Monarch Money. That one is the one that you have to pay. I believe it's $2.99 per month, and Rocket Money, which is free of charge. Next slide. So John Marshall Bank. So if you develop you have a skill, you want to be a consultant, you want to start your own business, and we are here in the DMV since 2006. This is a solid bank. We weathered the storm when 2006, just before in 2008, there was a financial crisis. We went through that. We went through the pandemic, and we're still a solid bank. We are on the NASDAQ. And so those are our location. We have 8 locations within the DMV. Next slide. And for my part, I'm Rodney Francisque. I'm Vice President, Branch Manager here. You have my information, so you can contact me if you have additional questions, if you would like to sit down with me to see, how we can help you with your business or starting a business. It was a pleasure to speaking with you today.
All right. Thank you so much,
Yes.
Rodney. That was great information. I don't see any questions in the chat, but I do want to give you guys the opportunity. If anyone has any questions, if you could just put that in the chat, and I can ask Rodney. Um, and then Rodney, while I wait, I do have a question to ask.
Mhm.
What would you suggest is the best place, like as far as your savings, where you should put that money? So like if I had a nest egg of money, but now I'm starting to, I'm unemployed, I'm tapping into my checking account and all that. Is there a place where you could put your savings where you can kind of make money while they're waiting? Whether that be at a money market or any suggestions on that?
Yeah, so if the it's gonna be your, you got emergency funds type, I would say money market account, regular savings. So money market tends to give you a little bit higher.
Hmm.
You have also short-term CDs that are available if you want to make sure that I am not going to be able to touch that money. So there are 6-month CDs. So if you're
Okay.
not going to need the funds, 6-month CD roughly around 3.6, 3.7% roughly.
Okay.
So that's what I would suggest.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Very
Okay.
helpful. All right. So someone said, could you put your contact information in the chat, Rodney? Well, it's up there on the screen. So whoever asked that, the information is right there. His phone number and his email address. And then another question I have is, what is the best and safe app for expenses and income tracking?
Rocket Money is a good one. Okay, it's safe. And also Quicken has one too.
Okay.
Okay. Quicken, of course, QuickBooks, but Quicken has one. It's about $8 that you have to pay monthly for that service. And don't forget your bank, your online banking also have a free app that can help you track your your money. Okay, that will categorize. Hey, you spend so much on entertainment, you spend so much here, so that's going to be a very good way for you to track to say, hey, I spent like $200 last month on entertainment. I'm having too much a good time. So maybe but their online banking have a good way to track.